left. And here the brothers face each other. Ko Ping Chung about to break, and Cho Che-yu will face Ko Ping Yi and Wei Tu-chin. Left, there's going to be a few of them. There's 8 teams left, and this is the first pairing of the quarterfinals. And these are 2 of the most feared players in Asia. They're almost an institution, the Ko brothers. Little Ko at the table. Both of these Ko brothers are world 10-ball champions. Little Ko, I believe, won in 2021, and Ko Ping Yi won in 2015. Let me see if I got that year right on Ko Ping. Yes. No, it's 2019 for Ko Ping Chung. And the young lady you're looking at there. And the young lady you're looking at there.
Another fun fact is the fact that Cho and Ko did not lose a set so far in this tournament.
Oh, that's a good fun fact. And Cho and Ko have played. Tran TT and Gwyn AT defeated them. They actually defeated Ko Ping Han and Su Yi-yun, and then Jessica Centeno and Jeffrey DeLuna. And now they face another top team with family there. And what a way to kick things off. 2 balls left for the first game for a break and run. And they are the highest rated team by Fargo. If you combine their Perry Anderson, your referee from the EPBF, the European Pocket Billiards Federation. He is from the USA, and he gets to travel to Ho Chi Minh City.
And Ko qualified straight to the quarterfinals, beating Tran Nguyen 2-0. Yi-gyun Su, together with Ko Ping Han, 2-0. And Jessica Centeno combined with Jeffrey DeLuna, 2-0. So everything was quite according plan, I would say, for them. On the other side, for Wei Wei and Ping Yi Ko, completely different score lines. They beat Kelly Fisher and Kazakis 2-0, to then lose to Han Yu and Wu Kun Lin 2-0. And after that, they beat Liu and Tsi 2-0. Sylviana Liu and Aloysius Yap 2-1, deciding set. Mohamed Soufi and Kanjaya 2-0 to find themselves back in the quarterfinals.
Well, that sounds like it was the scenic route since they lost a match. But maybe it just made them that much tougher and more accustomed to the stable. But the conditions change daily.
Yeah, there's always 2 sides of the story. One side is, well, Cho and Ko, they played less matches, so they're more fresh. Others say, well, Wei Wei and Ping Yi, they played more matches, so they're in that punch. And look at this for a try. It was awful close. What a try that was.
Yeah. But it didn't go in vain, because does he put the 9 ball up against the rail there? So now it doesn't have a pocket? I saw that it bumped the 9. Yes, it did.
No, I think it might still be available. Guessing so. Predator sponsored player. was a little bit wild, but catching the 3 ball just right, that'll work.
Well, I hope someday when I play that shot, I can get that wild because the results were excellent.
Yeah, I was just wondering if they did not catch the 3 ball, would the speed still be fine because she got it maybe slightly thin.
Hi, hirap ko talaga manghirap ng pera ngayon.
Now, we'll have to nudge the 7 ball, so always going forward. Try to stay away from pushing the 7 in between the cue ball and the 5.
Some players might have chosen to run into the 6 there and push it towards the pocket a little. But I guess it's best never to run into balls. These two came to play, I'm telling you. Once they have an open table, their position is so precise.
I did like that call you just made. I probably would have bumped the ball. That's
Yeah, it looked good.
I seem to like to bump the balls, but they barely do that.
You know, you
Good
bump it with
ups.
good speed and you're in good shape.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it, but they're at the table and they are still running out, so I'm not arguing with them.
Oh,
Well,
just follow right down for the 10.
yeah, in the end, chose to play the 9 in the bottom left instead of possibly drawing back to play the 9 in the side. And another
Christina Tkach and Fedor Gorst. Along with Lechner and Jean.
yeah, I would
Sale.
say
Soa and Capito. So yeah, we got
very
we
capable.
got a lot of firepower. Very capable. Well, be a ball in the break 3 times.
Now, did they get enough angle, yeah, to go into the long rail? Just like Pinyi suggested, go into the long rail first to then open up the 3-6. This is going to push the 3 ball over to the top right corner. Probably like a stun draw. Doesn't have the biggest of angles. Well, a lot of
Oh,
things
that's gonna
happening,
hurt.
and yeah, they won't be happy. She's missed the 2. The cue ball went off the side pocket point into the 3 and the 6. She made the 7, which she didn't call. And definitely they're gonna be put back at the table because there's no open shot on the 2. Crazy.
He's got a good angle to kick at it. It's going to be tight. If he tries to make it in the side, he could scratch.
He did call it, but he went too far, straight in. For Cho and Co, or not another ball in hand. This is the first ball in hand, but another opportunity, another wide open opportunity.
The Predator Arco balls, Arco 2s with the perimeter lighting reflecting off the top. One of the most beautiful sights in pool. That's when you know you're hooked on this game.
Yeah, not so much to add to this layout, George. I mean, everything is pretty much open. Not so many traps. The 4 goes in the side, the 5 ball is next to it, the 6 is already, well, on the other rail available with the 8 next to it. And then the 9 and the 10 are next to each other, so it's pretty much making sure you don't end up on the rail.
I was wondering where he was going to go with that, if he was going to lay it on the rail or come up past the 8. I like his choice. And I must say, if you're an aspiring pool player, if you could just pattern yourself, emulate these two players right here, what a game you would have. I've always watched Cho Che-Yu, and I've loved her game.
Even though we've been in for, was it 20 minutes? Quick stuff.
So they're not going to risk it, but I think always get a 2-rail kick it from the other side. No, he's going to 1-rail kick, it looks like. Paid dividends, didn't sell out, left an awkward shot.
Yeah, and a big chance to play. Oh, that's a little bit of a mistake there. Wasn't the hardest of shots, as you could see. Could play pretty firm into the 1. Nestle the cue ball up with the 7. Now the 6 ball is pretty much locked up though. 7 ball probably on the most awkward spot there is on the pool table. At least nicely played starter there from Wei Wei. Had to cheat the pocket to hold the cue ball for the 2 ball.
Trying to decide how to play the 3 ball. Can they play it off the 7? There's a too far out.
Well, I would say it's too far out.
Yeah, you're risking it, I
may-
think.
yeah. The other problem is also that the bank on the 6. You could bank the 6, but I think it's so close to the rail that the angle you need to bank the 6 will be really tough to actually hold the cue ball for the 7. So then you will probably have to bump the 8 to hold for the 7. So everything is a little bit tricky here.
Well, these two are the wizards. Let's see how they handle it. We'll all learn something. Well, we learned that he didn't hit that one hard enough to get onto 5. Can she go by the 10 and come up? Or is she going to spin over to the 6? And
Well,
too
that's
much
what she's
spin
tried.
didn't break it off. And there's no room to get by the 10 for a bank, so will we see the safety? Taking the 6 ball. This is tough. Let's see how they play this. Success. Table. There's nothing, no protection up there.
Well, if they have the slightest of the ball, they can at least send the 6 ball to the bottom short rail. Let the cue ball run into the 8.
Oh, I think if she could see this ball, she's cutting it in. Nope, he played exactly what you described.
A nice roll up behind the 9. Wow, excellent. Excellent speed. Don't think there is a one railer. Not even sure if long rail, short rail, and then open up the angle. So you need the left spin on this. Like I said, tricky shot. Oh, well, this works too. Does he get a rail? He got
And-
the rail, 4 rails.
Yes. Sure did. That just leaned right into the long rail there and put a smile on her face. If the cue ball doesn't get a rail, that would have been tragic.
Well, I'm assuming he didn't go 3, possibly 4 rails on that, so. Oh, how's the pace? Needs a little bit of angle. Wow. Perfect.
Perfect.
This is probably where I would put my ball in hand if I got it. Nice little angle to stun over for the 8 in the same corner.
group?
Benjamin Belhassan.
Thank you. Benjamin Balhassan. Yalin is a sponsor along with Box Billiards, Kamui, the WPA, Samsung TV, and Pro Billiard TV. And we thank all you fans at home for tuning in.
To hold the cue ball for the 2. Might have to spin the ball, maybe some drag on the ball to take the pace out of it. Most likely to miss it on the thick side. He hit it actually perfect, but as you can see, not enough juice on the ball, so they're gonna aim the ball slightly thicker.
Seen shots in the pocket like that. And right back to the precision.
Yeah, only real tester will be to get from the 5 to the 6, especially with the 5 ball being so close to the rail. That means you will have to get straighter to still be able to draw the cue ball to the bottom side of the green 6 to play the 6 ball in the top left corner. As you see, he's looking to be almost straight in on the 5 ball. If you leave yourself more angle, the cue ball is going to bounce off the rail first before it grabs the drag, the draw, and you want
Ang sarap talaga.
right here. Looks very easy, but very important details. Yeah, maybe slightly too straight to be exactly where they want it to be, but definitely something to work with, George.
Oh, she'll bring it right back. It's going to be nice. I think it's perfect. They come right up just above the 9. Absolutely perfection. When they're tight like that on this cloth, it grabs pretty good. It's grabbing rather well. By watching these players play on these wet conditions, and by wet I mean the humid conditions, I'm learning a lot. And so are you at home. Because when you play in the west where the air is drier, there's not the humidity, that shot would have come underneath the 9 on the draw. But with the wet conditions, it grabs the table, the cloth, and moves forward. Comes up off the rail. And these 3 balls to close out the first set. Probably just stop it right there and play the 10 on the side, right where the cue ball is now. I didn't want to take any chances.
And then the 10.
Breaking to start the set. This is when they alternate the break. Koping Chung won the lag, and broke first set, and this team will break second set. And if we have a third set, what do you think, Tim? This looks very attackable.
Yes, well, the one ball for sure. I'm just a little bit more worried about the 5 ball. You don't really have any good opportunities to either open up the 5 or get short side shape, except from the 4 ball, which is pretty late. It's always nice if you can nudge the balls already earlier on and continue shooting.
But they do have a nice way to get to it if they can leave the cue ball. Just to the right of where it is now, they might be able to go to the head rail and come down into the 9. They don't even want to try to move it. They're going to try to just use the angle for the 5. He's looking. It's awful tight. I think I would position myself where I can run into the 9 from the head rail. And if you miss it, you come down to about where the 8 is. So you might end up with at least seeing the ball at worst. Well, and that's where he's placed the ball. Yep, that's what he's doing. He wants to come right through there. Oh, how cruel would it be to go right between the 9 and the 5 and not touch him?
Can she get enough draw on the ball? Oh, this looks good.
Oh, what a shot.
Nice shot there. Wow. Well, they needed the perfect angle on the 4, and they managed that really well. Sure, she's played opening up the 5 ball amazing, but she really could not have done that with great shape on the 4. So, in my opinion, that's not just one great shot. I think it's 2 great shots in a row.
Agreed. We're back to where we called this match before, Tim. Just watching, because not much to say about what they're going to do.
Ooh. Well, they said, let me just doubt what George is saying. Just barely made the 8, hung up the ball just a slight bit. It still dropped, and like you mentioned, they just play a very natural.
And breaking in the second game of the second set.
Well, that has
9
been.
ball was not. Go ahead, Tim.
Well, I was gonna say that has been the biggest problem overall. Just to get something on the break.
You know what was funny about breaking those balls? Did you see how determined the 9 ball was to go in that pocket? It double kissed right in front of the pocket twice and still went almost to the center of it. It was kind of fun.
Well, also it had all that spin on the ball. It almost looked like even the ball was telling them, "Nuh-uh, I'm not going."
Yeah.
Well, if Pinyi and Weiwei, if they really want to turn things around, in this match. I would advise them to get things going.
This is where it has to happen. There's no tomorrow. They lose this set, and they'll settle for 5,000. They win this set, and we go to a third and deciding. I like his jersey. It has such a Asian theme to it with the flowing animal in the back, it looks like. Or is it wings? Yeah, it's got like an eagle. Tasteful, not flashy. I'd like to get a good look at that. It looks like a dragon, almost. Well, I guess they're going to have to go for the kick and stick and play it safe here. Because even if they can make the 5, well, she might be able to make it and come out. She might have enough. I thought she was totally hooked at first.
Oh, with some inside spin, throws the 5 a little thicker, and she's going to softly run into the 7. I think he was trying to play the bottom side, but got it very thin, too slow to the corner.
Yeah, that shot's very hard to gauge because you're spinning it softly, and you really can't accurately figure out just how much it's going to bend from when you hit it to the ball. And that's what happened there. He left it out a little bit too far, and it didn't come into the ball because of the speed. I like this shot here, though, with the kick that she's doing. It will give her position. And this is how you get back into matches. Taking advantage of the opportunities that are presented.
Yeah, used all of the pocket there on the 8 to bring the cue ball off the rail. Nicely done, and it looks like, just like the opening set, we're going to be tied at 1. Well, that's not very true, actually. I'm just...
To fill the arena, just say shootout on table 1, and all the fans in the building will come over to watch it. We've seen it since the onset of the Predator Pro Billiards Series. First time was in Arizona. And then they had tournaments across the country in Wisconsin, bumps, no anything. You can't say it skidded. You can't say it rolled off. All you can say is, oops.
Well, in the meantime, this one ball, it does go. Or at least I thought it did go. But he's played a way better shot than I was thinking about.
Hit the rail just before the side pocket and should hit the one. Might even make it in the corner. Just like that, kind of. Pretty close.
Well, still not a horrible result considering the kind of trouble they were in. But they have called the cross corner bank shot. One rail, shape guaranteed. Just gonna make the ball.
Jen.
In the meantime, I've seen so many matches where most of the layouts, they turned out to be very scrappy, very difficult to run out, a lot of cue ball traveling, and yet this match, everything is opening up nicely. And it really gives them the opportunity to play that perfect cue ball control.
And that might be by design, Tim, because I'm thinking that these players are breaking to open up the balls. When you break from the sides and you take a little speed off, there's a tendency of having more clusters. And so by opening everything up, it affords this type of action here at the table. And the other thing is the precision with which they play position. They just make it look easy. And a 2-game lead with this 10 ball.
I'm very impressed with how they've been playing. We've seen it yesterday, but today is a new day and they literally just came right out of the gate. They're looking very solid.
They look stronger.
Yeah,
they look stronger, Tim.
I feel I would.
Wow.
I feel I would probably pick them possibly to win the tournament. I mean, you never know, of course, but for now.
Well, keep in mind, I don't believe I've had the fillers. I haven't seen them play together yet. Or Gorst and Tkach.
Yeah, I haven't seen Gorst and Tkach play, for example, so I haven't really seen everybody play yet. But from the teams I have seen at the table, I'm pretty much a fan right now.
Oh, I've always been a fan of these two. Always, from the very first time I laid eyes on them playing, the way they played. In fact, Rita used to play with a wood shaft with a, what was the micarta ferrule? It was brown ferrule, different from anyone else that I've seen in pool. And the reason I used to notice that is I used to play with one in the 80s. and it was a very nice playing. I really liked the way it played. Brought back a lot of memories. And she played so smooth as she does now. But and in 2019, the first year that they held the World 10 Ball Championships in Las Vegas, the previous one had been in 2015, that Koping Yi won. Koping Chang was very impressive in that win. And I believe Joshua Filler was runner-up, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, simple but effective safety. No edge of the ball available.
Starting from May 2025, there is no.
I think he's trying to land behind the 10. Well, and once again, an opportunity for Cho and Ping Chang. Will be interesting to see what they're going to play on the 6 ball. Would you consider banking the 6? Or would you consider, if you look at where the 4 is, to leave an angle on the 5 to possibly bump the 6?
A lot would depend on how I got on the 5. I would definitely consider banking the 6, because if that cue ball is anywhere close to where the 5 is, on a nice angle to bank it, it's an extremely high percentage bank. Especially players at this level.
Well, I was thinking about getting straighter on the 4. That would give them an angle. But definitely from this position, I do like the bank on the 6, like you mentioned. Oh, that cue ball. Oh, whoa.
If he can see the 5, they'll have the angle for the bank, but they might have to run the cue ball. Another thing is with the 5 there, had he been able to get position for the upper left-hand corner with the correct angle, he could have come into the 6. But now this is just she just holds the cue ball there. They'll have the bank. And that's what they're doing. Oh, does he have to cross it? Or can he stiffen it up? That's a tough angle there.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan on this new cloth to stiff it up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not there, but it makes things so much more sensitive. He might play safe behind the 8. Well, 2-way. 6 to the short rail and...
Yeah. That angle was tough. Just didn't get him there, and that's what they're laughing about. I just didn't get it back. With pool, it's funny. It's one thing to have a strategy and know where you want to get the ball, but it all depends on if you can get the ball there. The execution is so important. And Rita jumps the ball very well.
Ooh. It was close.
Jumped at that a little bit. I don't know. To me, she didn't look quite as smooth as I've seen her jump balls before. on that particular shot. Little power draw. Is it going to get there?
Wow. Yes, it did. Just enough. Yeah, it looked a little bit more choppy, or at least way more pace on the ball. Maybe not as fluent. Still got close, can you imagine? Could be maybe a little pressure. You just never know.
This will tie it up at 2.
Yeah, what?
Above the arena. That's by Predator. And a lot of accessories, cue sticks, and all involved at predatorcues.com.
I kind of feel like he didn't put as much into it as he did before. Now, the 5 doesn't go by the 6. There's no 5-6 combination. There is a carom though. Then the 2 and the 8 are locked up. Yeah, played it well. Played it very well.
Oh, look at this. You get ball in hand here, you have a 110 combo. Would they play it, or especially with the trouble on the table?
Well, that's probably why, yeah, I like the fact that she took the jump cue out. Just making sure to have a hit on the 1. Make sure you don't leave that 10 on. Doesn't matter what you do, just hit the 1 ball. You should be fine for a couple more innings.
The dart jump, the dart stroke. This is an art. For a lot of players, this is hard to do, and she did it. And, as you said, made sure to hit it and didn't leave the 10 on. I'd be very happy with that shot, as so should most of you that shoot that.
It does give him the angle, yeah, to open up the 2. Played it in a positive way. I mean, they're trying to make something happen, not always shying away from the opportunities. Fortunately, they will have to play safe. Could play the cue ball underneath the 10 ball, but he's looking at more distance. Cue ball above the 3 or the 4. How's the pace? Yeah, you could see on him not happy there. Most of the people, I mean, I would say 90% of the players on this planet would be happy with this kind of result. And I think the other 10% is world class. They're just disappointed to see that they did not get the hook behind the 3 and the 4.
Oh, did he get behind the 8?
It might be close. It might be just on. It might not be on. It's like...
It looks like she can see it. No, she's got the jump cue.
No, I think she's massing. Oh, she hit it too fast.
Yep.
Whoa, she put too much juice on the ball there, George.
That's just what she said. I read her lips. One of the nicknames for Rita is Big Eyes, and they're very expressive when you watch her play.
So now the 8, taking away the carom on the 6. Well, from most of the positions. Will be in, let's see, can they get to the bottom side of the 6 ball?
Apparently, they
Not
think
sure.
it might go.
Well, it didn't go earlier, I believe so, but that would make things a
Yeah.
lot easier.
They're playing to come through the window, so let's see what they have in mind. They were gambling, and at 2-2, gambling is not a good thing. That didn't even look like it had a chance. But
yeah,
they're
I
at the
was
table.
very surprised to see them try it, George. I mean, yeah, nice bump on the 9, making sure the path is free now to get from 6 to the 7. Wow, that's a huge mistake on that 5 ball.
Dead stop or just roll forward a hair? Must have had an angle.
More.
I thought it was straight in. I thought she was going to stop it just dead and come back for the 10. It's funny how the camera angle and the player's angle is so different.
Well, this to get on the double. And especially for Wei Wei and Ping Yi.
It amazes me how, for such a small stature, how well Ko Ping Chung breaks the balls. One ball to the side. Shot on the 2.
Oh, that 2 ball
Oh, yes.
stopped.
Oh, yes. Well, the funny part is if it didn't stop, he's straight in on the 3.
Yeah, it was inevitable. He was.
Yeah.
It was meant to be almost.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect angle on the 3 ball to scoot over for 4-5 combination, or could go in between, run into the 5 ball softly.
I think that's where he'll go. Especially with this angle that he has. I think it leads right to it. I'm with you, Tim. Hello.
Yeah, I could not really have hit it any better. Now if she can get the cue ball just maybe a ball or two off the rail, this could be all over. Did they get straight enough
Stop
on the
shot.
6?
It sure looks like it.
Oh, what a display we've seen in the last an hour, 20 minutes. Just pure excellence. And then this 10 ball to make it to the semifinals of the Box Billiards Mixed Doubles Open. It is Ping Chun Ko and Chi Yu Cho who make it